In today's health report, some encouraging news about strokes. They're dropping ever so slightly as one of the leading causes of death. The main reason is early recognition. And here to explain more is one of the Valley's foremost stroke experts, Dr. Arlyn Valencia. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Now, this is interesting. Whenever we make slight improvements, it's important, and we want to look at why that is happening. First, let's talk about early detection and early recognition.
We have the acronym FAST, F-A-S-T. It is important to just have an acronym so the friends or the patients themselves, soon to be victims, will know. F stands for face, if there's asymmetry, and then arm. You ask the patient to smile first with the face. So smile, and it may be crooked, and then you ask the patient to elevate both arms, and it might go down, or the patient might not be able to even lift the arm up. And S stands for speech. If there's slurring of speech or something is different about how the person speaks, and T is for time. Time is of the essence.
So if you think that happens, you need to do all those things. So now I know, I just learned something new here. And then we get to the hospital immediately. How, we need to get there quickly.
Call 911.
Okay.
There's a system wherein the EMS system would know what to do. And they might initially evaluate the patient's vital signs and do appropriate measures. And they would call the hospital with stroke service, the primary stroke centers. In Las Vegas, we have almost all the hospitals are primary stroke centers. So it's important to have that system going.
Now, I believe we do have an image of what a good brain looks like versus a bad brain that we can bring up and kind of show people so we can see. So tell us what we're looking at here. If you can see just right there on the screen. So that's a good brain, a bad brain?
In here, you would see the good brain is on the left side if you're viewing it, right? If it's the other way, right? So that's the good brain. On the other side, you'll see that almost 2/3 of the brain here is gone, and that's the stroke.
Okay, so if someone has a stroke, when they get to the hospital, they have one of these, this is what it will look like?
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet.
Not yet.
Long term?
The CT scan of bland stroke will be normal, meaning it's not going to show any changes. And if it is a bland stroke, then there's treatment available. That's why we have to recognize stroke symptoms and signs right away so that those who are candidate will be given the right treatment.
Okay, and then what are we looking at here? This is another, it's like an x-ray?
Yeah, this is very interesting. It's a cerebral angiogram. It's an image of the blood vessels of the brain. So here on the left of the screen, you see that there's good flow right there in the front and on top. And left, in this case, is the middle cerebral artery that's blocked.
I see that.
If the patient is a candidate for the clot buster intravenously and the patient would have had it, then what the angiogram would show would be opening up of the blood vessels with flow. Here's a picture of what we call thrombectomy or removal of the clot. So a catheter can be placed and then the catheter would reach up to the clot and suck it all out.
All right, we do have to head out really quick. Can you just tell me some simple ways to prevent a stroke, what we need to be doing every day?
Compliance, control of blood pressure, your diabetes, smoking cessation. It's pretty much a lifestyle change, and go and adhere to the doctor's, of course, recommendations. If not, it's always better to be honest with your doctor.
Right, living a healthy style and being honest. Thank you so much, Dr. Valencia.
Thank you so much.
Todd, back to you.
All right, Dana, thank you.